The Facebook whistleblower who prompted an uproar after releasing internal documents outlining how the corporation failed to acknowledge the adverse effects of its social media products came forward Sunday night on CBS's 60 Minutes. According to Frances Haugen, a data scientist who worked as a product manager on Facebook's civic integrity team, the social media platform has lied to the world about addressing hate and violence in order to enhance traffic and engagement, and thus profit. She claimed, among other things, that Facebook is to blame for the disturbance in the US Capitol on January 6th because it revoked some of its anti-misinformation protections after the 2020 election. According to Haugen, Facebook has also discovered that if they modify the algorithm to make it safer, people will spend less time on the site, click on fewer advertisements, and the company will make less money. Haugen joined Facebook in June 2019 with the goal of changing how the social media platform handles misinformation after losing a friend to some internet conspiracy theories. By April 2021, she had resigned and had disclosed to the Wall Street Journal a vast trove of Facebook's internal documents and research. According to her LinkedIn profile, she has worked at Google and Pinterest, among other Silicon Valley tech titans. However, Haugen said in the interview that Facebook was substantially worse than anything she'd seen before in terms of prioritizing user engagement over product safety. She gave the Securities and Exchange Commission and Congress tens of thousands of those documents. She was also a key source for the journal's Facebook Files stories last month, which revealed how Facebook's algorithm encourages anger to increase engagement, how it prioritizes high-profile users, and how Instagram has caused nearly 1/3 of teenage girls to feel bad about their bodies. After Haugen disclosed herself on the show, Jeff Horwitz, the journal tech reporter behind the Facebook Files stories, also confirmed Haugen's identity. Furthermore, the Senate has initiated a probe into Facebook's concealment of the controversial internal research. This Tuesday, Haugen also appeared before the Senate Subcommittee on Consumer Protection, Product Safety, and Data Security. Many of the allegations that had already appeared in the journal's Facebook Files were recounted by Haugen. However, in her 60 Minutes interview, she expounded on some of the points she made. Here are a few of the more shocking revelations. 1. Facebook's role in the riot at the US Capitol. According to Haugen, Facebook decided to dismantle the civic integrity team shortly after the 2020 US election, a move she believes contributed to the January 6th US Capitol riots, which were premised on the claim that the US election had been stolen. She went on to claim that following that, she had a different opinion of the company, that she no longer trusted Facebook to invest in the safety of its users. In the run-up to the election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Facebook strengthened up safety measures to combat misinformation, but according to Haugen, these systems were either reduced or turned off after Biden won in an effort to enhance growth. 2. The negative effects of Instagram on teenage girls. The internal information that Haugen disclosed also found that Facebook's Instagram application has detrimental effects on teen girls and young women. The company's research, according to Haugen, showed that Instagram was worse for mental health than other social media sites. It really encourages users to use the app more frequently. As a result, individuals are caught in a feedback loop where they despise their bodies more and more. 3. The global impact of Facebook. Facebook, according to the whistleblower, does not invest enough in safety systems to handle all of the languages supported by the network. She claims that every time Facebook grows into a new linguistic area, it costs the same amount of money, if not more, to develop safety systems in that language as it does in English or French. And in many of these places of the world, the economics simply don't make sense for Facebook to be safe. For instance, during the reported genocide of Rohingya minority people in Myanmar, Facebook stated that it failed to prevent the use of its platform to foment division and incite offline violence. However, according to Haugen, Facebook understands that enabling abusive and harmful information encourages people to stay on the platform. Haugen went on to say that she witnessed conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook on a regular basis, and Facebook has repeatedly chosen to optimize for its own goals, such as increasing revenue. Will there be regulations on social media? The Facebook whistleblower appears to be on a mission to persuade lawmakers to impose some regulations on Facebook and other social media platforms. On Tuesday, Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen told Congress that one option for making social media less harmful could be to establish a dedicated regulatory company to oversee companies like Facebook, with former tech professionals on board. During her Senate hearing, she stated that the only people in the world who are taught to comprehend what is going on inside of Facebook are those who grew up working for Facebook, Pinterest, or some other social media company. Haugen also stated that the profit motive was strong enough that Facebook, which owns Instagram, would not alter without being pressured. We shouldn't expect Facebook to change unless its incentives change. Congress must take action. Haugen also stated that if she were to be named Facebook's CEO, she would immediately implement a policy that would allow the company to share internal research with Congress and other oversight bodies, calling for transparency and public scrutiny of Facebook's methods, algorithms, and research into the effects of its websites. Haugen also proposed raising the age restriction for Facebook platform users from 13 to 16 or 18 years old, citing problematic use or dependency on the sites and children's issues with self-control. In reaction to Haugen's charges, Facebook issued a long statement in response to the 60 Minutes interview.
I actually just sort of categorically disagree with it. I think that we have invested heavily in safety and security over the last recent years, to the tune of $13 billion. But more importantly, very specifically, we did things like turn off issue ads and political ads ahead of the U.S. election and all the way through the inauguration. That's money that was lost to us, but it was done for safety reasons.
Following a barrage of negative media coverage regarding Instagram's impact on children's mental health and safety, Facebook announced on September 27th that it would halt the development of its Instagram Kids app.
Anybody leaves using Instagram feeling worse about themselves, that's an important issue that we need to take seriously and that we need to figure out how to address.